look at the United States today, we still are one people. We still have a heck of a lot in common. But what I worry about in America is this total divide or bifurcation. And I see two different Americas. These giant steeples of wealth, and then just mass homelessness and mass poverty. It's as if the middle of our economy just got eviscerated.
People have to begin to understand they have been bullied and conned. How can it be true that raising wages kills jobs?
A job killer.
That would cost as many as 1 million jobs.
3.7 million lost jobs.
If nobody has any money, who will buy the stuff?
Whether they're from the Democrats or the Republicans, everyone's made a dime on workers' backs.
I need all of y'all. Are you going to get in the streets and do something? Or are you going to sit back and do nothing?
What y'all want to eat for dinner?
Some pizza.
Every time we come here, we eat the same thing. Y'all want pizza, 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 pizza.
I said, I don't know. Chicken nuggets? No, pizza.
That's the second thing y'all always want.
Chicken nuggets.
No,
Y'all remember?
you're not.
You remember the handshake?
No.
Back up. You know, I love my kids more than anything. There you go. For me, I always want to be a strong role model for them. Somebody that's always like, you know, daddy's going to take care of things. They may not understand completely what's going on, but they understand that, you know, their dad got fired for speaking out against Amazon.
Christian Smalls helped to organize Monday's walkout by workers at Amazon's fulfillment center on Staten Island, protesting the company's response to the coronavirus crisis.
We got 10 cases in the building. They didn't let my people know. My people are still in there working.
And we are joined now by Chris Smalls.
Christian Smalls.
Leaked notes show the company's leadership discussing plans to make Smalls the face of the entire union organizing movement, since he is not smart or articulate, which, holy shit!
A union agitator.
If they're not going to take care of their employees, somebody has to.
Oh, look who's here. Christian's here.
Hey. What's up, brother?
Every time we do these events, we gain more support, and a lot of people are joining us, so it's picking up momentum for sure. We stand in solidarity with the workers in Alabama right now that has a union vote on the table. We know that this is going to be history for all of us if they do or are successful in unionizing the building. What the hell? I've never seen that before.
We're talking about corporations that have enriched themselves on the backs of working people. We've got to get out of the mentality of scarcity and this idea that there is not enough money to go around. We are one of the wealthiest countries in the world. And at the same time, the wealthy elite are walking away without paying any sort of taxes at all, while the rest of us bear the burden of making sure that we have a government that functions. I would say they should check their history, maybe read a book, because the labor movement was born in times just like these. The last time in our history income inequality was this high, big corporations were a new thing. And shareholders and their wealthy friends rigged the system to their benefit. So workers got together and fought back against what was essentially a ruling class. They formed unions. The power of unions allows workers to come together and negotiate higher wages, better health care, sick days, overtime, pensions, and protections, so that abusive companies can't fire people for any and no reason at all. And that's how we started to change the growing income inequality in this country, by giving workers something to fight for, someone to stand with, and a reason to stay in this fight. We also created laws to control the power of big business. Government, combined with union power, created a web of countervailing forces that was in relative balance.
Our economic system, which used to work for everyone in the sense that rich people got richer, but middle-class people and poor people were also rising at the same rate. Those lines for 40 years, they were parallel, and then suddenly in 1980, economic growth continued, productivity continued, but the median income and the wealth of 60, 70, 80% of America stopped.
Go ahead, go get apples and bananas. Go sit on your lion chair. We don't usually eat a lot of steak because it's pricey. We usually eat a lot of chicken.
Yeah.
But in order for the kids not to really lose their mind, I try to get at least a piece a week so they can have a little something different. I had a bit of a fight getting help with food stamps when I lost my job. Her exact words on the other end were, well, you drive a truck so you can go find something else to deliver. And it was when I told her, if you feel that way, I want to come to your office, I will drop off my children, and I will take your job, and you can come and find something for my job. And it was after I told her that she said, okay, I'll send you an application. And the kids heard that conversation too, so that was exciting to try to explain that to them. You go from having everything that you need, your kids have a roof over their head, everything's gonna be okay, to you don't know where your next meal is gonna come from.
One of the most important elements of social policy in the U.S. today is that the system of support for people and for families is developed into two tiers. Social Security and Medicare on the one hand, these quite favored programs, and then all of the anti-poverty programs on the other hand. And that lower tier is very weak.
You're welcome.
This concept of deserving and undeserving, it's very deep in the United States. And it's important to note that it's a socially constructed concept, and a population can go from deserving to undeserving, and that's what happened in this country with single mothers. We have among the highest poverty rates among single mother families and among children of any country in the affluent world.
Here at Riviera Apartments along Mercy Drive, tenants, mostly women and their children, describe deplorable conditions.
I had roaches, palmetto bugs. I don't have nowhere else to go. My apartment, it floods.
They promised me that they were going to start fixing things. You don't treat people like that. You don't treat people like garbage.
I told them, I said, listen, y'all not fixing nothing in my apartment. Why am I paying y'all for y'all not to fix nothing?
If their mama or their kids or their daddy was here, they won't be trying to board their motherfucking apartment up. You don't want to see these kids getting put out of the fucking streets.
The idiot doesn't know that you can't evict children because children don't feel right.
It's easier said than done just getting up and moving. I mean, I looked at a house and they're asking for like $2,200 up front before you can even move in. It's hard to just say, okay, I'm gonna get up and move and that's it, end of story. I wish it were that easy.
specifically around housing. We're at a crisis level in the state, and it's only gotten worse. We have the fewest tenant protections in the country, and what the market is doing is crushing communities and families.
Thank you.
Are you having any questions?
No, sir. Thank you so much. Have a good day, okay? Thank you.
The CDC has extended the moratorium to protect renters from getting evicted during the pandemic.
Evictions are legal if the tenants do not sign a declaration.
It's incumbent on the tenant to give that declaration to their landlord in order for those CDC protections to take effect.
So in February of this year, they were Real Source Property Management. And that was February 19th of 2020. The reason that I point that out is because literally on March 19th, 2020, they changed their names again to Orlando City Apartment. But on my eviction, it says 7M. So that's what I, filed it with, 7M. So my concern now is, will this declaration still be valid even though they're changing company names? I don't want to get kicked out because I have my kids, I don't want to be in the street.
That's the part that she was in.
Please leave your message.
She's not gonna pick up. It ain't lunchtime.
This is something we learned during the foreclosure crisis. Our systems, our culture, everything is set up to make people feel guilty. And one of the powerful things about organizing is having people who are at risk of foreclosure or eviction realize that they're not alone and that we have to band together to fight back against these attacks on our rights.
During the late 1960s, many of people in the establishment at the time really thought that there might be this revolution brewing. Ho Chi Minh is going to be riding into the United States, essentially. And so there was this paradigm shift that happened during the 1960s and then certainly in the 1970s. Milton Friedman was an incredibly important figure. He was at the University of Chicago, where he was at the center of this group of libertarian economists, and they were really outside the mainstream.
Personally, of course I would get rid of Social Security. I've always said it was one of the great miracles of Madison Avenue packaging.
What would you do about the minimum wage law if you could?
I would abolish it.
Please welcome the Nobel laureate in economics, Milton Friedman. Right?
He was making the case that for businesses, nothing mattered but profits. Not the well-being of your employees, not the well-being of your communities, not the well-being of the larger society. All that mattered was your profits, period.
The future belongs to those countries that don't straitjacket the initiative of their people. Free markets must be our goal.
Historically, we've thought of government as a force for equality, but over the last generation, there's no trickle down occurring, right? It's really a story of trickle up.
Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, they all rely on heavy manufacturing and agricultural exports, and those markets have been absolutely destroyed. Wages have dropped in half since 1975. You can't buy a new house on $16 an hour. You just can't.
Whether it's a McDonald's or Dollar General or whatever, they hire people for $10, $12 an hour, and the profits go out of the district. That's not benefiting our society. That's not benefiting our communities. The economy isn't working for here.
Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Congress today approved a $1.5 trillion tax cut.
Let me talk about the tax proposal that was pushed very hard by Senator McConnell and the Republican leadership. In that bill, Amazon paid nothing in 2018 in federal taxes. But then on top of that, they received $129 million as a tax rebate. That is socialism for the rich.
We gotta take care of ourselves. can't rely on the government, we can't rely on the Democrats, the Republicans, and we damn sure can't rely on the 1% class. And together, we all have to be David versus Goliath. Yep. Thank you.
Boston is tough. My parents both immigrants from Haiti. It was just go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work.
I was a rebellious teen who just made a lot of negative choices. I was looking for something. I needed something to keep me going, and I did have a few different jobs, and it still wasn't enough to make it. Like, what can I afford this week? What bill am I gonna try to pay this week? What bill am I not gonna pay this week? You know, my overdraft in my account. Those struggles are, that's a hustle on its own, to be honest. It really is. I'm not sure what my future looks like. I really don't want to go back to what I was doing, but I don't want to work 3 jobs, nights, weekends. I want a life.
Come on, guy. I'm surprised I haven't had a heart attack yet.
I ask Mommy this question all the damn time. If you have a heart attack, and who's gonna take care of us?
That's why I try to relax, Lito. That's why I try to...
I keep asking you that question, and it's like you want to die already. I hate being homeless.
And we are here.
Well, this year has been different for me. Very different. It can be stressful for my mom because she needs, 2 jobs to get a lot of money. If I become rich or just, comedian that has money, I'll buy not a big mansion, I'll just buy, a regular house like other people. That would help my mom stop, getting jobs. She should get paid, like 200, 100, or 4 million. That would be good, because that's a lot.
When we talk about work-family policy like childcare and paid leave, I often say that's when the U.S. is exceptionally exceptional. We invest much less in public childcare than almost any other rich country, and we leave the regulation of the labor market almost, it's like the Wild West. It's almost completely silent. Employees are at the mercy of their employers.
We've all become really familiar with the risk of economic loss, with the risk of getting sick. And over the last generation, more and more risk has been shifted from government and from corporations onto ordinary Americans. One of the things that is so important about government is that it has the ability to pool risk in a way that even private insurers can't. That's why Social Security works. That's why Medicare is so popular, because government has this unique ability to pool risk across people with differing incomes and different backgrounds and different risk of needing health care or retirement savings, and to do so in a way that is more generous for low and middle income Americans. And so, as government has pulled back in these areas, the system has become both more risky and less equal.
probably on their way to Alabama too.
Amazon workers at a warehouse in Alabama have been voting by mail on whether to unionize.
If successful, it would be the first union at any Amazon facility, and it could spark a labor movement across the country.
What you're doing in Alabama, it is the most important story that nobody's discussing.
We're outside Amazon facility in Bessemer. It's a change of shift right now. I wonder if there's some workers over here. Hey, ma'am, you work for Amazon? You do? How you like it? Oh, you just started working? Oh, 3 weeks. Hey, ma'am, can I ask you a question real quick? All right, thank you. We want to make sure y'all get it so we can unionize.
Don't get me wrong, they want it.
Man. A lot of them are on the fence. It's really a 50-50 chance right now, 50-50 chance.
And the issue of working conditions, I'm very proud of the wages that we pay. So we don't believe that we need a union.
The workers have no contracts. They are at-will workers, can be fired for any cause.
You don't want to go to work every day and feel unsafe.
We're not treated as human beings. We're not even treated as robots. We're treated as part of the data stream.
Amazon is basically on this mission to drive price down as much as possible and squeeze as much out of their workforce.
Less than 10 years ago, Bessemer was truly at the brink of bankruptcy. Amazon is the largest single investment in the city of Bessemer.
Amazon hired a group of union buster consultants, and they paid each consultant $3,200 a day.
And Amazon made typical anti-union threats.
You're gonna lose your wages, you're gonna lose your benefits, we're gonna shut the company down and move somewhere else.
Union organizers are not allowed to set foot on company property, whereas the company can talk to the workers 24/7 with videos, with speeches, with mandatory meetings.
That's what they're giving them. In these meetings, they're giving them this shit.
But of course, at the end of the day, it's always the employee's choice.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is union busting 101. They're gonna spend millions of dollars just to stop that.
And if people just realize, sit back and think, like, why are they fighting so hard to not have this? I just hope people understand that.
The very deliberate crushing of unions was a huge change in our politics. But you could still have regulation to try to keep this incredible juggernaut of lobbying by the rich and powerful in check. So how do you change things permanently? Well, you change law. You change the way the judiciary interpret what is constitutional or not. A big way that changed is by billionaire right-wingers giving $50 million or $100 million each to all of the best law schools. And, oh, by the way, let's also start this fraternity, mafia, whatever you want to call it.
So what exactly is the Federalist Society?
The Federalist Society got started through law schools, and it's grown into an organization that has incredible influence in the United States.
Getting conservative judges on the bench has been a project for multiple decades.
Once you get both the law and Washington lawmakers, you could make sure that those laws were going to be declared constitutional or not by judges you essentially bred in your laboratory through the Federalist Society.
What protects us against big mistakes being made is the structure, the Constitution, the institutions.
What you have right now is the undermining of American democracy as we know it. As a result of the Supreme Court's 5-4 Citizens United decision,
there are now no checks on the ability of corporations to decide our elections. None.
Citizens United was this 2010 decision by the Supreme Court that said money donated to politicians is free speech, which made any kind of campaign finance regulation unconstitutional. It allows the financial corruption of our democracy.
That's the most misguided, naive, uninformed, egregious decision of the United States Supreme Court, I think, in the 21st century.
These people keep their eye on their prize, and that is the through line. They won.
A pandemic-related ban on evictions has been overturned. A federal judge ruled the CDC's national moratorium exceeds the agency's authority. The ruling could affect millions of struggling Americans.
Koch Industries is involved in that. In February, the organizations they've worked with convinced a federal judge in Texas to declare the CDC's eviction moratorium unconstitutional.
Those cases have been brought by a trio of groups that have gotten a lot of money from the Charles Koch Foundation, about $7.7 million. Koch Industries sees a huge opportunity in the housing market.
Corporations learned from the last housing crisis that it was better to invest by just buying the homes instead of making money off the mortgage and selling it. 55% of home sales right now in Orlando are being bought by corporations, and they are buying houses at 20% above asking rate. How does anybody compete with that?
Now, you could argue, listen, that's capitalism, but that's the whole point of the eviction bans. They're designed to say that at least in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of an economic crisis, we can't just allow landlords in a mass way to throw people out on the street.
They evicted us after we gave them a paper that told them that, we weren't supposed to get evicted till December 31st, and they still evicted us. That doesn't make sense. It don't. Pretty much, we're gonna probably just finish getting everything out the way, go to a storage, move everything in the storage, and go to a hotel room. We're just gonna do what we need to do.
I'm looking for storage units. Next door yesterday, they put my friend out, my neighbor, and they had what I thought was a legal document, to help them, stay. But unfortunately, the sheriffs nor the management company would accept the paperwork, and they kicked them out. And I don't want that to happen to me.
We're never going to divide everything absolutely equally. But if you did divide everything absolutely equally in the United States today, the average household would have almost $1 million in wealth, and the average household would have some decent six-figure income. Everybody would be what we think of as upper middle class. Everyone. It's crazy to me how much we have here and how much more we're gonna have as a society as AI does the astounding things that AI will continue to do in terms of being able to produce things cheaply, We need to begin getting the system more fair again before AI and robotics and technology really takes off, because it's not gonna stop. Technology is a neutral thing. It can kill jobs, it can destroy livelihoods, it can also create prosperity shareable by all. It won't end well unless we make it fairer now.
So what part of the lesson was most difficult for me? Trying to remember the higher numbers, because we had to keep going back and cross-referencing the others. I don't care about you to follow directions when I tell you to do something.
Everything for me.
Yep, that's right. Pretty soon you'll have to be out and get a job too, and you'll have to follow directions. Scroll up, turn in. That wasn't hard, was it?
No.
Get back.
All done, all done.
Very good.
Back to you two.
I mean, it's given me a good run. I had the truck for 5 years, and you try to fix little things here and there to keep it going, but with this job, I'm not making enough. I tried to apply for a loan through the SBA. That's a nightmare. I tried to apply for the PPP. They denied me for that because it was not the accurate information. I did reach out to Bergen County 3 months ago for childcare help, and it's been 3 months since I heard from them. I really want to give up, because I'm just so tired. I don't know, I don't sleep much at night, so I just lay there and I think and I think and I think and I think, and I know that I can't rid myself off of the world because then there's no one for them to take care of them. So obviously I know I can't go anywhere, but it hurts to know that you're gonna wake up to try to go do the same thing you're doing every day sitting here and getting nowhere by the end of the week. But I blame myself because I can't figure a way out. And I've always been able to figure a way out, and I can't. My kids literally hate me because I can't fix the problems of the world. So that's why I blame myself. And I know it's not my fault, but there's no way out. We're still here. You're still in the same fucking position. I don't know what else to do.
I think one of the most important things that we should recognize is that if you're going to have wealthy people using their financial resources, that you have to give the rest of Americans the ability to use the one political resource they have, which is the right to vote.
Georgia's governor late this evening signing draconian new voter registration measures into law.
There being 81 ayes, 64 nays, SB 7 has passed the third reading.
They set up the circumstances under which a vote can essentially be nullified or overturned.
Democracy works when it works because of the idea that political elites have to be responsive to the citizens. The tilt that's taken place isn't just about government helping out the rich. It's also that government is doing nothing.
It's been almost 3 months without me having a home. It's so hard to try to hold it together.
It's really hard. There's so many people out here now.
They don't invest in us. They don't show us the resources.
You can't win. The game is fixed. So the social contract is broken.
We're going to see increasing inequality, growing numbers of people who cannot make ends meet, and more destructiveness in our politics.
I swear to God. You want more of the people you're supposed to protect them die?
There is no example in human history where if you let a society become as unequal as ours is, the society will not fall into authoritarianism, a police state, or a revolution.
It's just not sustainable. The system is going to collapse.
Touching history right here. I like this quote. If you see something that is not right, you have a moral obligation to do something about it. John Lewis. That's what we've been doing. Getting into good trouble.
My friends, let us not forget that we are involved in a serious social revolution. We march today for jobs and freedom. Those who have said be patient and wait, we must say that we cannot be patient. We will march with the spirit of love and with the spirit of dignity that we have shown here today. We must say, wake up, America, wake up, for we cannot stop, and we will not and cannot be patient.
Right now, as I sit in front of this camera, the unemployment rate in America is 6.1%. The unemployment rate for the black community is 9.7%. The unemployment rate for the Latino community is 7.3%. Whenever this film is shown, the numbers might not be that high. But I will tell you one thing, the discrepancy between white and black and Latino will be the same. If we're going to be serious about those issues and truly want to be equitable, we need to make sure we continue to work together. You know, as mayor of the city, probably one of the things I'm most proud of is building pathways. It's a pre-apprentice program that was started through the building trades. We work together with businesses, with industry.
How's the side going? Is that going good?
We brought everyone to the table to address the problem.
Marty's a great guy. He is the reason why Boston is a very strong union city, probably the strongest in the country. And so at the end of the day, the only thing I can do for anyone is give them an opportunity. But he or she has to make that opportunity themselves.
People ask me what I do, I always say I'm a union plumber. I'm proud to say that. I feel like if you're not union, you're selling yourself short. Working a lot less hours, bringing home a lot more, just focusing on my family. Everything I had to go through, I don't want him to have to go through any of that. I want him to just not have any worries in life. Oh, yeah, you like that one. Look at you. Replaced a few things, some new cabinets. Replaced a lot of doors, a lot of windows, a lot of work. Still not over. Still got a long way to go, but getting there, one day at a time.
Oh, it smells so good in here. It smells like new. It's like, where am I?
When we do see successes, it's through communities organizing. And right now, there's a lot of organizing happening across the state of Florida for access to affordable housing. We're trying to build and support and connect people from all across the state of Florida who really just can't afford to live here.
Why do you look like you just got kidnapped?
It's not enough just to elect a legislator and send them off to do what you've asked for. We need people who are directly impacted to help write those laws.
We need everybody to join a grassroots organization now. Use that community building to build power for our people.
Go to your room. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, this is oh my God. I have lost them both. And I'm done. I've lost them both. They're never gonna come out of their room.
I'm gonna read you the email, okay? National Rally Day. Hi Anna, again, I'm so happy to know that you've agreed to join this fight and be the face of our organization and for the state of Florida. When I read that, my heart went to my stomach. They want me to speak at the rally with Organized Florida? Oh God. I'm really nervous about that. I honestly wasn't trying to be the face of anything. I just wanted my apartment fixed. That's really all I wanted.
Workers unite! Oh, workers unite! Oh, workers unite! Oh, workers unite! And we can shut this shit down. That's the unity of the working class. Where's my union leadership? Chris, I need you over here. Come on, I'm coming. All right, y'all. We are here. 1 year ago, we started this. We all know what happened in Alabama. Don't take it as a loss. We know Amazon spent $25 million to stop that warehouse from unionizing. But let me tell you this. We are beginning our efforts in Staten Island.
They need to have a union because they're too disgusting, man.
Amazon workers on Staten Island are voting to decide if they want to form a union. If the efforts succeed, it would be the first time Amazon has had a union since it began 27 years ago.
Well, the voting wrapping up on Wednesday. Now employees are waiting on results from the National Labor Relations Board in a decision that could affect the lives of thousands of Amazon workers.
Well, you know, Amazon's pulling the same tactics that they did in Bessemer. Literally the same union-busting firm that was in Bessemer is up here in Staten Island. But
now, Chris, your campaign has had a lot of false starts. Does that worry you at all that a harder, more aggressive approach might be taken by the company?
I don't see how much more they can go. Yo, we gotta go. I don't know what's gonna happen when the count is over.
The people in power are not worried about what happens when housing becomes unaffordable for the masses. They are not worried about people not being able to feed their kids. They're not worried about the future generations. They will use every tactic to divide us and pit us against each other because they know that's the way that they stay in power.
You know, people talk about how there's this polarization. Yeah, in some cases on some issues, but on economic issues, Americans are incredibly aligned.
Do you hear that, Black Rock? Get us a fair contract and we'll go back to work where we should be.
The most important thing for American citizens to do is to forcefully demand that both Republicans and Democrats deliver a good life to every citizen who is willing to work hard and play by the rules. Full stop. And if the political leaders won't deliver that, then they should kick them out and find others that do.
So let's remember that in this country, we have the opportunity to vote, at least for now. I think this is a time for people to think really carefully about who they're voting for and who will support the kind of progressive social change that this country has so dramatically needed for the last several decades.
I'm worried about us becoming a country with shameless oligarchy in gated communities that don't give a shit about the peasants beyond the gates. And, you know, the people with pitchforks and torches are going to come and get them unless we make this a fairer deal. The deck has been so stacked that proposing to put it back into some kind of proper, fair balance looks kind of radical. But when you take away the boogeyman of socialism, this radical model is the way things were when I was young, you know, which isn't that long ago.
This is the challenge of our time. The next step is coming together around the idea that inequality is an existential threat.
I want to thank every Amazon employee because you guys paid for all this. So seriously, for every Amazon employee, thank you from the bottom of my heart very much.
Fuck the rich. In a democracy, you don't need people like me and my pals on Wall Street to agree with you that taxes on rich people should be higher.
It just takes a worker in one of these plants to get organized and suggest that they get the signatures required to trigger a vote, and you'd expect that to
just
happen.
to say, we've got the detail. The election at Amazon's JFKA fulfillment center in Staten Island wasn't close, according to the reporting I'm reading here.
Unaffiliated, totally grassroots campaign organized the first ever union in an Amazon warehouse in Staten Island, New York. It may be one of the biggest wins for organized labor in a generation.
We beat them fair and square. Our pocket for y'all. That means that we are the first official union for Amazon in American history. Started off with 2 tables, 2 chairs, and a tent. Yep. And that's it. Unionize. Yeah. Reach out to us. We'll help. We'll help.
The so-called Year of the Worker presses on into 2022.
Americans' approval of unions is near record highs.
Over 140 Starbucks stores have filed for a union election.
The longest nurses' strike in state history may be over.
We're looking at the future of work here at the Department of Labor. And when I say the future work, I'm talking about tomorrow.
If you've ever in your entire life thought that you wanted to get involved with an organization, support a political cause, join a march, this is the time. And as Martin Luther King said, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step.
Don't stand on the sidelines. It's time to rise. It's really time to rise and fight.
Jobs, justice, peace. Let us not have to do this again for our children.
We are the voice for change. We are the pieces to fix what America is falling short on. Make it happen.
kitchen drawer to buy an off-brand soda from the corner store. Well, I've been pinching every dime. I squeeze so hard that it buys me time.